Check. All right, everybody, we are live in the pre-market. Hold on a second. Sorry about that, y'all. Need to add something maybe to the thumbnail to show that we're live. All right. So we are live. As we can see, what am I looking at, man? What am I looking at right now? Our big move of the day. We have PLTR in the pre-market close to, went up to 165 like we said it was going to do. Said it was going to probably for earnings. We had earnings yesterday. We didn't get into this play primarily because we didn't have the capital. Well, we had the capital, but it was too risky with the short capital that we have now. In the future, probably as more earnings come towards Q2, we probably should have the money in there just to take a flyer. One contract, because I believe the contracts were around $60, and probably when it opens up, those contracts would be maybe around $200 to $300, because you would have to have pushed the contract, I think like 170 maybe. So you could have got pretty good bang on your buck, but it isn't always guaranteed that the pre-market is going to run, or you're going to run and get your money's worth. It just so happened in this instance there were 2 million transactions, volume of transactions right after earnings. So, and then not only that, they went up in the pre-market. So this is what we were looking for Apple. That didn't happen on Friday because of other various reasons, but good if you got into PLTR. So let's look at some other stocks on the tick list. Let's start with QQQ. Like I said yesterday, if you guys watched my review last night, I'm not looking to go heavy today. I am currently in SoFi and DKNG. Looking for those to kind of get back up to 28. Then I'll probably exit on DKNG. I got two contracts on DKNG. So hopefully this comes back up. Then we can get out and take maybe a little bit of profit if it's there. If not, we can break even because I want to get out of here. I want to be ready for Wednesday and Thursday. I want to have my capital freed up for Wednesday and Thursday this week. The other stock that we are in is in SoFi. SoFi looked like it was going up in the pre-market. It did actually. So we are above where we were yesterday. And if it hopefully it gets back up to 23.2 in the first 30 minutes of the market. Doesn't dip back down, and if it does, then we'll get out. I have one contract in SoFi. I wanted to hold it till it got to 25, but I'm not sure if 23 is good, but if it got up to 24, that'll be real good. So it might push up, it might push up here, 23.5. It push up 23.5. We're definitely getting out the contract, but if it goes to 23.2, 23.3, we will get out, and hopefully we make 40-50% on SoFi. And that'll free that up, and then we'll just be waiting on DKNG. Let's kind of look at the tick list where we are. So Tesla went back up to its high from yesterday, and it could potentially run it up. I think today we might run it up. If you look at QQQ, a lot of, nvda, it's kind of back up. It dipped down yesterday, so it's back up. And we might recover today. We might get to 630. Let's see. Where are we? QQQ. Excuse me. Oh, let's look on the daily. Friday, we were up 636, 635. So we might look to get back up there because we're already at 629 in the pre-market. We might reach get back around all-time highs today. If that's the case, then we can look at the tech sector to go up. So we might be looking at quite a few stocks. Hopefully, like I said, what I have on the list, hopefully Snow can recover. Snow was up in the pre-market. Looked like we were going up, but it dipped back down. I don't know what's going on with Snow. What about Oracle? Oracle and Snow have been disappointments, to say the least. So we'll keep watching those and wait for the reverse on Snow and Oracle. All right, Microsoft, I believe, is up. No, Microsoft dipped too. Let's look here. So Microsoft dipped. nvda is still up. Apple's still up. AVGO is still up. AMD probably. I think AMD has earnings Wednesday. No, today. So AMD might run it up. So keep your eyes on AMD. So yeah, I'm gonna keep my eye on Microsoft. Microsoft had really good earnings. I don't know what's going on. Let's ask Google AI. So, I spelled it wrong. Microsoft is currently down following fiscal earnings reports. Despite beating analyst estimates for both revenue and profit, stock suffered its worst single-day drop since 2020, falling approximately 10 to 12%. This decline to Azure growth concerns. Investors were disappointed to see slowdown. Massive AI spending. Microsoft Wall Street is increasingly concerned about the AI return. Such as analyst downgrades. Wow. Larger corporation infrastructure and talent loss. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes with earnings, y'all, even though earnings might beat expected reports, it's just other things that may contribute to the downfall of a particular stock. So we're going to keep Microsoft on the list. Just, it's still a really good stock to have, despite the pullback. So we're waiting. Also, I think Google has earnings tomorrow too, but we're waiting for Microsoft to get back in stride, and it's going to be a glorious climb when it does. So we definitely want to make sure we keep Microsoft on the list, right? So could get back down to 420. So we're gonna keep watching. Could reverse heavy today. Microsoft could reverse heavy today, so keep that in mind. I might get on the Microsoft action. Let me see. Let's see what Microsoft is looking at. So 450. Ooh, Microsoft contracts are pretty cheap. I'm looking at 440 expiration date tomorrow. So we might be able to get into some expiration dates tomorrow. Let's look at what else I mean? Maybe Amazon. How's Amazon looking? I don't know. Amazon might be. It has earnings Thursday. Is that Thursday? Could Amazon run it up? Where's Amazon? 243. Could it run it up? You don't even need it to go up that high. even just $2, $3 increase on Amazon can put you in over 100%. So we might watch Amazon, Microsoft today. They have contracts ending tomorrow. If it runs up, this is just a daily. If you get into contract expiring tomorrow, just a daily, take your profit and run and live to fight another day. And then we have 0 days on tomorrow. So that's why I'm trying to get out of some of the contracts I'm in, just to prepare for some of the 0 day, because they kind of change a lot of things, especially when day trading. So I think we have a chance to run it up today. So I'll be looking at Microsoft, QQQ if it's affordable, or SPY, right? We'll be looking at SPY as well, because we are looking good. SPY may, let me look at SPY real quick. Let's look at SPY. If it's affordable, might wait to get into it, but we'll be going back to all-time highs on SPY. 698, we're 696. So we could definitely, we might be able to go above all-time highs on SPY. So SPY is definitely in play. Let's see. It's a little high. We can get in 701. Yeah, we might play SPY today, y'all. I've been looking to play an ETF. Like I said, I'm only playing with about $50, $60 today, especially if we can get out of that SoFi. I'm only gonna play with about $50, $60 today. All right, so SPY's looking good. What else? Roku went to 77 pre-market. It may get there. It may come back down. But we'll see. You might shoot up past here, get to set 98. Remember we said that from our chart and review on Saturday. We said this could potentially get back up to 97 and maybe 100. So keep your eye on Roku. The problem with Roku was I wanted to get in Roku. The problem was the contracts weren't moving relative to the stop. So I didn't get into it. And it's good we didn't get into it because it didn't really flash like we wanted it to flash. So it might flash today. Today might be a green day for the market. But Wells Fargo kind of ran its course yesterday. I don't expect it to get up, but it could get back up to 94, 95 today. So keep your eye on that. JPM also ran it up, right? It still so listen. When we say fill this gap, let's just fill this gap. Because it was a big gap here, so it's kind of filled this 309, 310. So I don't know how much farther JPM can go. It could potentially go up to 312, but we'll keep an eye on that. JPM ran its course yesterday, and remember we talked about JPM on Saturday. NVIDIA could also run it up. So I might also look at NVIDIA. It could run it back up to 190. It had a pretty good run yesterday. So, we're looking at SPY. We're looking at SPY. We're looking at QQQ. More emphasis on QQQ though, if the price is affordable. More SPY because since QQQ is not affordable for me right now. Amazon, NVIDIA. What else did we say earlier? Microsoft. So tech heavy today. That's kind of what we're looking at. QBTS, how's this looking? It's looking up. Yesterday it tanked. You could have got in QBTS when it tanked here, hit that 20. And it looks like it might reverse today. So we're going to keep an eye on QBTS and see. It went to 21. So you could have got in yesterday. Remember, QBTS was on our list, one of our highly tradable stocks. So it went low, tapped down here, then reversed. So could be in a reversal today. So keep your eye on QBTS. Apple, I don't know what Apple's going to do. It's at 270. So it's gotten back to what we see here on this bullish order block here. So if it goes to 280, I'll be shocked. But it had really good earnings last week. So I wouldn't be shocked if it continued to go higher. So we're going to keep our eye on that. Of course, we already talked about PLTR. Hood could also be primed for a reversal, right? We're looking for Hood to get back up to over 100. It took a hit yesterday, so Hood is something we're waiting for the reversal to happen. If it gets, I wouldn't even mind taking a flyer on Hood if we start to creep back up. If it comes back down to under 90, then I'll probably look for an entry if it gets back down to 88, right? If not, then we're waiting for it to get back over 92 to start to fill this gap. Shop also, right? Shop yesterday went to 196. We are in a bearish order block here. So it could spring back up and touch again. You can make some money on Shopify. Remember, Shopify is on the list as well. Pins looking like it might be trying. Pins went up yesterday, went down. Pins are very cheap. If you want to get into that, I probably won't get into pins, but all right, SoFi, hopefully, like I said, I'm just hoping we can get back up above 23 so I can get out of it today, which would be a good profit. We are over yesterday's high, so that's good. Like I said, hopefully we can spike back up today, hopefully. Snap, still kind of down in the dumps. If you're interested in snaps, keep your eye on that. It could recover any day now, so keep your eye on Snap. Down in the dumps, we're down at the bearish order block, so it could reverse and get all the way back to 30. Right, because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for you to get back to 30, 33. It has a gap to fill, so keep your eye on you. DKNG, I'm in this. Like I said, I'm just looking to get out of this one. Hopefully we can get back up sometime between today and tomorrow. The 2 contracts out on DraftKings, so hopefully we can make that push to get back up and I can at least break even on that. RVN is down. It actually kind of flashed up a little bit, but we'll know, basically we want this to get above 14.7 and then it could really take off, maybe get to 15, but you never know. Keep your eye on RVN, CFIR, or CIFR. This is Cipher Mining. Looks like it might be priming to get back up to the 17. If it can hold, if it starts to creep above 16.4 and on the 15-minute, hour minute, it looks like we are consistently going up. You might look at getting into Cipher Mining. All right, not too much unless Bitcoin moves. Coinbase won't move. So when Bitcoin is on the move, look for Coinbase also as well as MSTR. Meta, I don't know what Meta's doing. Meta is kind of dipped, right? And it has a gap to kind of go down. It could fall. I'm not expecting it to fall, but Meta could fall. So keep your eye on Meta and a potential fall. And if it does fall, you're looking at potential $20 to $30 fall on Meta. But I doubt it. Meta, if we're recovering on the tech sector, right? Meta, you could see Meta go up and get back into the $20, 720 range. So also keep your eye on Meta. Let's see what the Meta contracts are looking like. 740. I would probably look at getting in the 740. 740 on Meta. It goes back up. Can net us some pretty good profit. We're looking at was that 500%? Yeah, almost 600%. All right, that's it for this session. Hope you guys have a good trade today. I've got to go run into the office today, so that's my watch. So hopefully I can trade a little bit at work, but I'll let you guys know. So it could be a green day today, so be prepared for that. Meta might have a big move, but you never know. We're going to keep our eye on it. as well as some of the other tickers. And hopefully we have a great day today. All right. JC, trade short. Guys, have a great day. We'll review what happened today in the market later. I'll catch you guys a little bit later.